Hey y'all, the Lady Empath 1111 guys. Welcome to the channel, guys. Welcome to Queen of Kings Tarot, guys. Where behind every great king is his queen, and that is us, the divine feminine. And of course, our kings are the divine masculine, guys. Welcome to the 1111 blackout, guys. This is going to be your 1111 reading for you and your person, all right? 1111 blackout. You will not see the cards because I am traveling, all right? So I'm only recording blackout readings at this time, guys, all right? So let's get into the messages, guys. We're going to look at what's in your heart space, what's going on with you, in this connection at this time. And then we're also going to look at your person, and we'll get some information, right? See how you feel, how you guys view each other, get some love lessons, all right? So this is going to be a you versus them blackout reading, guys. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. All right, let's get into your energy, right? So the very first card that came out for you, I'm going to say this is divine masculine or divine feminine, whoever you're watching this reading, right? So whoever's watching this reading, this is going to be your energy first, right? What you're learning about yourself right now is that there are a lot of people around you who have been trying to compete with you, right? These are people who you're now understanding, or they understand that you have this favor about you, right? There's some type of favor where people around you are seeing that you're favored by God. But one of the things that you're beginning to realize for yourself, collected, is that even though you're favored by God, you're also favored by the devil, right? What that means is there are people in your life who are trying to keep you back, right? But I do feel like this is something that you've recently began to see for yourself. So as your connection has begun to progress, you've also realized that there are some things that you needed to protect, right? So with this 1111 energy for you, you're really now about protecting yourself, right? Protecting your energy and knowing and understanding that everyone around you is not for you, right? Everyone doesn't have your best interest in mind, right? There are definitely controlling people around you at this time, collective. And I do feel with this 1111 portal and concerning your union, you are truly beginning to realize that, right? It's that quote by Mike Tyson: when you are favored by God, you are also favored by the devil. Who you came to the party with is who you leave with. And I do feel like you, collective, are now realizing that you are not the same as those people anymore, right? You have been called and set aside or set separate from those people, or people who you grew up with, or people from your past. And now what you're understanding is that you have to begin to protect yourself, right? See, there's a lot of good fortune that's taking place for you at this time, whether that's in your health or your happiness. And you're really understanding that you have to strengthen, your own protection as you begin to move in the way that you're moving at this time. See, there's a lot of internal strength, protection, and positivity that's around you at this time. And you are truly beginning to understand that for yourself. So as you look at this union, you know that there's something more. See, a lot of times within this connection that I'm channeling into, you, collective, have felt like you could have been losing everything. But I do feel like you lost sight of the journey, is what I'm hearing them say. See, you forgot that there is a shedding that has to take place within the divine union. See, this is still your energy, collective, that we're reading into, right? So you had to kind of look at the trees and understand that the trees lose their leaves every year, right? Every season, every few months. And knowing, understanding that you have to, right? And you losing some things in your life is not a complete ruin or a total collapse of who you are. It's not really, it's divinely orchestrated, is what I'm hearing them say, right? If you feel like you're losing everything, remember that the trees lose their leaves every year, yet they still stand tall and wait for better days to come. And I do feel like when we look at you in this union, collective, you're understanding that everything that has happened between you and this person has been divinely orchestrated. And there have been some losses or a period of disconnect between the two of you guys, but it was divinely orchestrated in order for you to remain standing tall. See, the challenges that the two of you guys could have faced was to see if you were going to buckle or see if you were going to fold. But now understanding that you can truly stand tall and who you've been called to be, even within this union, has also made you understand that it's because it's protected. See, once you came into the realization that the divine union that I'm channeling into is protected, then you realize also that the storms that are coming weren't going to end you, right? It was really just to grow you or allow a shedding of old leaves to take place in order for the newness to begin. All right. So now you're understanding how all of this has been divinely orchestrated. Even the people that you've had to leave behind, or even the people that were part of your life as you started the journey. See, there are many of you collective that started this divine union or journey to self, is what I like to refer to it as, right? You look at yourself, and it was people around you when you started this journey. And I can guarantee you guys, and let me know in the comments, that there are some people that have fallen away, right? As you've been on this journey to your own self, to loving yourself, right? You look up and there are people that have not been able to take the journey with you. All right, let's look into your person's energy. All right, let's get the energy of the collective's person. This is whoever's showing up in your energy or on your mind, or who you're watching this reading for, guys. That's why we are co-creators in these messages. As you begin to listen to them, you listen to them with intention. And if you're intentional, right, you go to the reading and say, this is the person I have in mind. I want to know what's in their heart space. That is what allows you to co-create the messages with me. All right, let's get into the heart space of the collective's person at this time. What is in the heart space of the collective's person at this time? All right. So your person is now understanding faith, right? Your person is someone who's now understanding that everything that they see may not truly be, but those things that they do not see are really what's taking place. So it's really something here about their own 5D telepathic connection, right, between the spirit realm and their 3D self. So now this is someone who's beginning to fix their eyes on not necessarily what they see, meaning their 3D physical reality, material wealth, karmic attachment. See, someone who's very 3D focused will focus their eyes on that, right? Riches, gold, partying, what material things that they have and possessions. But now this is someone who's understanding that those things are very temporary, right? So now your person is beginning to really focus on spiritual things that cannot be seen, but things that are absolutely eternal. All right. Corinthians could be significant to someone. This is the Corinthians 4:18 that came out. And see, your person is also sitting in the moon energy as well. So this is someone who's now beginning to observe their own subconscious fears, right? There's a lot taking place in the dream state between you and your person at this time, but you are dealing with someone who had a level of uncertainty because of the illusions, right? See, this is someone who you were trying to show them the way, right? You were leading them in the direction that you knew your spirit guides needed both of you guys to take, right? Because this is absolutely a divine union. And in knowing that this is the divine union, I do feel divine feminine, or whoever is watching the reading, you have been the one that's trying to lead the union. So you've been trying to lead this person. But what you're now understanding is that you can lead a horse to water, right? But you can't force it to drink. So you're now understanding, and I feel like your person is now also understanding that you've done a lot of maneuvering or navigating this union in the direction, really just trying to move it forward in the 3D. So I do feel like your person is now understanding that you've done a lot of the directional focus of the union, and now it's time for them to step up. But you're dealing with someone who also had a lot of illusions and thoughts, right? Fears. Like, this is someone who it was gloom and doom all day. Is this going to work? What if the collective doesn't love me? What if the collective leaves me? What if this person moves away from me? So there was a lot of uncertainty within this person, but then there's a very strong telepathic communication between the two of you guys, as well with the psychic thoughts. But even with those psychic thoughts, with this moon energy, a lot of what was enticing this person was your alluring energy, is what I'm hearing them say. Alluring. It was something very alluring about your energy with this moon card, because that is you embracing a darker side of your feminine energy, is what I'm hearing, right? But with that came a lot of mystery. And I feel like your person was really stuck in the mysticism of who you are. What's the moon card here, spirit guides, for this divine union? What's the moon card here? See, your person's discernment was blocked for a little while, right? We have discernment in the reverse. So I do feel like your person, there was a lot that was hidden because they weren't truly using their own discernment. So I do feel like this is someone who could have been looking to external sources to define this union, right? So you could be looking at YouTube videos to say, this is how you love a person and this is what you should do. Or you're looking at like TikTok or Instagram and it was not allowing your person to use their own discernment, because what the two of you guys have is not a relationship, right? It's a divine union. 700 could be significant, guys. It's literally 7 o'clock on my clock, actually, as I record this. And there's definitely something coming into enlightenment or spiritual enlightenment, right? The number 7 is about spirituality. I do feel like there's a lot that's taking place between you and your divine masculine, right? You've called in, and both of you guys really. And I feel like you did it separately, right? I feel like you didn't even understand what you were doing. But there's a period of time that the two of you guys begin to call in your own soul family, right? I feel like both of you guys at a distance manifested each other in your own way, but for different reasons is what I'm hearing them say, right? Because I do feel like you, divine feminine, could have just been wanting to call in your soul family, right? You were saying, I want those people around me who are like-minded, right? Spiritual connections, right? People who are here to help me grow and truly support me, right? You were saying, I want to have a past life connection of deep shared purpose and mission with those new people that come around me. And I do feel like you're dealing with a divine masculine or your counterpart who said, I want the same support, but I actually need it from someone who is going to be my life partner. I do feel like you were calling in a soul family and your person was calling in a life partner. See, there's a lot of strength in this union. Someone could be Leo or Leo in your charts, but there's something that's calling both of you guys to be very courageous, which leads me to believe that there's some things that are unconventional about this union. See, because you don't have to be strong when everything is easy, right? So if you look at two people and you just see they just match, they just belong together, right? You know, it's probably been pretty easy. But when you look at two people and you see the very differences, all right, or the differences in who they are, meaning there could be an age difference or a racial difference or, you know, cultural background, but there's something very different about this connection, which has caused both of you guys to really need to stand in your own power and authority. And you had to do so with a level of compassion and patience with each other, because this isn't something that the two of you guys expected, right? So you again were manifesting your soul family in. So you just wanted to hang out, kick it, you know, just have a great time. But then you have your person who was manifesting in a true life partner. And I do feel like when both of you guys met, it was from very different vantage points, not understanding that the end result has still been the same, which is a divine union. See, there was a very significant moment in this union, guys, because you, divine feminine, I feel like you were very strong, right? You're someone who this person does not see as needing anyone, right? You could be in that 9 of Pentacles, very independent energy, right? You're someone who, you know, even remains anonymous, right? You can do things for people and don't even tell them that you've done them. Like you really fly under the radar is what I'm hearing them say. But there was a significant interaction between you and this person where you were able to open up and show them a level of vulnerability that they had never seen from you, whether you cried or whether you told them about something traumatic from your past. But there was something that you shared with this person that allowed them to see a different version of you, or to truly see into the core soul of who you were or are. But when you open up to this person in that way, it also scared them. Because this is someone who began to see their reflection in you, the hurt, the pain, whatever this is, whether it was a conversation or a moment in time, a shared moment. But whatever this is, you were so open and vulnerable with this person that it made them see themselves. But when they saw themselves, it scared them. See, you never wavered in how you felt about this person, collective. You never wavered in how you've loved this person. You vowed to love this person through anything. That was a vow that you made to yourself. So even if you didn't tell this person that, right, you vowed within yourself to love them forever because you knew who they were. But your person did not understand who you were. And you cried out to this person. You cried in their arms to a point where it made them see 7:07. I'm seeing on the timer, guys, or the clock. 7:07 could be significant. There is a spiritual alignment that's taking place within a divine union that is going to impact millions. Because your person, even though they did not understand your feelings and they did not understand what this was, they also knew that their heart was never going to allow you to walk away. This is someone who knew that no matter what you guys went through and no matter how crazy you became and no matter how bad you stressed this person out, it was still something in their heart that would not let them walk away from you. Their heart would not let them lose you. And even when the times, or it was turbulent times, like boiling water, and it was hot, and you really didn't understand what was taking place. It's in the quiet and the peace that your person has begun to let go of some of the fears. What else do we need to know about this connection? See, what both of you guys are now understanding, and this is your love lessons, Corinthians 13:7. See, love beareth all things, believes all things, hopeth all things, and endureth all things. This was the lesson that you and your person had to learn. Because when you come from toxic relationships, right, and you've been with people who did not cherish you, did not value you to the point where you stopped valuing and cherishing yourself, then you truly understand or have a new respect for love. And I feel like you, collective, always has been someone who, it was fairy tale endings, right? You could have been a little girl or a little boy. You always watched the romantic movies and you always believed in love at first sight. And you always felt like that was for you. And it is for you. And that's what your guys are reminding you. That fairy tale ending is not a fairy tale. It is your reality. But in order for that to be your reality, what you had to remember is, guess what? Love bears all things, meaning that things will not be easy. It will be downright difficult at times. But through the love that the two of you guys have together, you can make it work together. You can bear it. Love bears all things. And then love believes all things. What does that mean? You're believing the impossible is possible through love. What is love? Unconditional self-worth, your value, how you see yourself. So you can believe in all things when you're believing it from a vantage point of love. Love can hope, right? Hopeth all things. What is hope? Hope is the evidence, or is that the faith? Faith and hope, right? You may not see it, but you know it's there because you believe it and it's deep down inside of you. And most of all, what the two of you guys are learning at this time is that love truly does endure all things. It endures the lifetimes before and the lifetime before that and the lifetimes that will come after this one, because you're dealing with someone who you share multiple lifetimes with. And because the two of you guys are receiving divine assistance, what you're experiencing is supernatural forces at play. This is ancestral territory is what I'm hearing them say. And there's a lot of angelic help that's taking place so that the two of you guys can truly work toward your goal. And what is that goal? The goal is unity consciousness. But in order for that to happen, there's a need to surrender. And when you're in the process of surrendering, guess what? You may have to sacrifice, right? Sacrifice your perspective. Maybe the way you see things isn't always correct, right? Maybe your person is going to have to sacrifice their perspective. Maybe you guys may have to take a pause in order to reevaluate the situation, but there's a lot of personal enlightenment that is taking place at this time that's coming with a higher knowledge and awareness of what this union is and who you are to each other. There's something that's taking place that's allowing a new level of freedom within this union, but it called for someone to be more flexible in their way of thinking and their way of being, especially in the communication. Someone is being called to be more flexible in your communication. Virgo, Gemini energy, Mercury here. There's a lot of intellect and reasoning that's taking place within this union, but we need to feel, is what I'm hearing them say. See, there needs to be heartfelt communication that takes place within the throat chakra. Too much intellect and reasoning does not leave room for divine assistance, is what I'm hearing them say. Maybe someone needs to take a short trip together and leave the technology behind, because there's a rebirth that's taking place and someone is now truly understanding the inner calling and how important it is for you guys to make a decision to end out the cycles, and the time is now. There is an awakening that's taking place, a renewal. I heard sound the bell. Sound the bell. Someone's going to get ready to send out announcements. Save the date announcements is what I'm hearing. Save the date announcements. Engagement announcements. Because what you are truly understanding within the dynamic of this connection is that heaven is not reached by a single bound, but we build the ladder by which we rise. And now you both are understanding that you need each other in this connection, and you have to take it one step at a time. Purpose is not reached in 30 days. Purpose cannot be fulfilled in a year and a half. A lot of you have not been on the journey as long as you think you have when you're talking about building a purpose that is going to impact legacies to come. You just have to understand that there is a rebirth that's taking place within this divine union. And the inner calling that the two of you guys have is going to impact change. This is a beautiful divine union. 1111 portal to love is here. You just have to change your perspective and truly be able to see what's available to you during this timeline. See, there's a timeline shift that has taken place within the collective at this time. And those who are not on the same timeline as you cannot come through the portal. You know how when the space shuttle, like I live in Central Florida, grew up here all my life, so I've seen a lot of space shuttles go up. And you know how there's a specific portal that's open. And if you don't make it through that portal in that time, you will either be left here, run the risk of imploding and the whole thing blowing up, or be stuck. Someone is being called to not miss the portal. You have to make the decision to understand what true divine love is about. Corinthians 13:7. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endureth all things. This is your 1111 portal reading. I will be posting quite a few over the next 2 days, guys, as I continue to channel through the energy. I've spent a few days to hit the ocean, and spirit has been spiriting. And as I'm giving the messages, I will continue to give them to you guys. Make sure you thumbs up, like the video, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. The only way to book with me is on my website, thelady1111.com. Love and light, as always. The Lady Empath, 1111.